Oorah, rippity rippity rip rap rap. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Blonde Girl's Boyfriend. It's the new name of my channel. Blonde Girl's Boyfriend, because nobody cares about the boyfriend. So what's up, Kenji's World? Yeah, let's check out those real quick. BTC 66k, man. Sol's at 180. Man, did we not see the other day where Sol was at 192, down $12? I know it says $2.13 today, but 66 was at like 68, almost going to 69 before, and now down to 6. Oh man, these fluctuations are gonna start to get pretty real. I reckon we're gonna be starting to hit into those crazy zone. Look at that Doge. I don't really care about Doge so much. Well, I do, because I have a Doge smoke that I would love to sell for a better price than it is right now. So run it, Doge. You go hit those all-time highs and you give me some great returns. I'm gonna buy me a car with an NFT, baby. That's my dream. So that's some trash talk for today. Kenji's World has figured out business is a bitch. No, I'm kidding. Just reading so many documents right now. It's important. I need to make sure everything is accounted for if I'm trying to build out a program behind me, build a company and a team behind me. I just need to know. My analogy was in hospitality. I've been doing it for so long that kitchens, ovens, a coffee machine, a start to finish, pack down to, open to pack down, I can do it all. And that gives me the confidence. Competence is confidence. Knowing that I can just do it all, that is what gives me confidence, and that gives me a freedom, because I know that I can tend to all those things. And right now, I'm still not in the place where I feel like I have absolute freedom or free reign of movement through this business structure. I still need to understand the business structure. So that's my main priority right now. Understand it, get the ins and outs, and make sure I enjoy it. And I went for a run club this morning. It was a 5:30 a.m. run club. My legs are very sore, my knees are very sore, and I realized I need to keep cultivating, keep training, get strong, become a strong man. And yeah, just keep that fitness coming back. Suck and tuck, baby, suck and tuck. It's all in there. Push down till your body pushes up. Yeah, so run club was good. It was nice to slowly get out and start mingling with some Gold Coast communities here. One of the guys that is organizing it, apparently he's done a very good job. I was talking to one of the guys whilst I was running. He said he's been to a few run clubs, but this one seems to be the best organized. So I really appreciated it. It was nice, good people. And then I did a business meetup afterwards. And human connection, man, meeting people and starting to see this place of, all right, we can start to work with these people, or I'd love to try and work with these people, or I would just love to see what it would mean to be able to work with these people. As you all know, business is a new venture for me. I'm a rookie in the field, and I'm here to just test my wings, give it a right crack, and figure out how it goes. So learning, reading, watching videos, taking notes, and trying to create a CRM behind me for this business is my mission at the moment. My apologies as always. How are you? How you doing over there on the other side of the screen? Are you well? You're more than welcome to post in the chat, like, comment, subscribe, etc. If you want to see more of my videos, you'll be coming to you daily. I'm sure it's coming at a very sporadic time. Still organizing my life. Kenji's still not great at that thing. He's figuring it out. But it's happening slowly but surely. Today I managed things pretty well. Things moved in my favor. I had a meeting at 2 o'clock, but that got moved to 4, which is great because it gave me time to go to the bakery and get some bread for burgers tomorrow. And I went shopping because I wanted to make some coleslaw. I had time to clean. I had time to chop up veggies, get that shit ready. So my wonderful, lovely girlfriend could come home to some sweet, sweet food, and she's making some tasty, tasty hot chocolato at the moment, and it was nice. And this was also a thought that I had. Just needs constant reminding. Is I need to plan, like the big rocks in your life. If you don't know the analogy of the rocks and sand and water in a jar analogy, if you start with all the small pebbles and then you try and fit the big rocks into the jar, it ain't gonna fit. But if you start with the big rocks, then all the smaller rocks will be able to fit in around it, and then the sand can fit in around those rocks. But if you start with the sand, rocks can't go in, anything can't go in. So start with the big rocks. And it's a reminder for me today of what are the big rocks, not only for business, but for my personal life. What's important? What are the movers? Like, I need to make sure, not that I have to do building, I want to build things, and I want to make sure that I stay working with my hands. It seems an important thing for me, a skill that I'm not willing to lose, nor I don't want to go too far in terms of dropping away because of all this formal business stuff here. And I understand it's important. I've got to try and do the business, but those skills are really important to me, and what it means to continue to cultivate that, and that needs time, space, and energy, and you just need to carve out time and allocate time for it. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. It's fair game for everybody. How that time is managed, that's up to you. That's up to me. That's up to all of us. And so how do we manage our time? How do we organize our time? How are we scheduling? What systems are we creating? How do we understand the systemic flow of our lives right now? Do we take a macro approach and really see it looking down at our lives, or are we just in it and just chasing our tail and working from day to day? Or are we really trying to step back and have a more weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually approach to this whole thing? How are you doing? How are you organizing your time? Really critical, because if you don't, then life's gonna chew you up. Oh, that's right, Cash Flow. That was made by Robert Kiyosaki. I started playing that game. Really dope. Really loved it because I love how it's brought into a game. It's a slightly more complicated version of Monopoly, but I like it because I think the whole process is meant to teach you how to write a financial statement. I think that's the outcome of this game. But it's an old game, and I noticed that the cards that you're given that tells you, hey, you're an accountant, hey, you're a lawyer, hey, you're a doctor, the income that you get for these cards, I saw it and I thought, that's pretty relative still to today's pay rate and wage. Of course there's differences, but let's say it's the base wage of those professions. I thought they were still quite apt. But the cards, the deals, so, you know, there's deals that you can pick, small deals, big deals, and these are, you could buy a 2-bedroom house, a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, or a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. Here is the cost of the house. Here's your down payment that you have to put down. If you have the money, you can buy that card. Kind of like buying houses on Monopoly. And these cards are old. They're like 40 grand, 60 grand for a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, or 3-bedroom, whatever. And I thought, dude, if you put, that's not these days' prices. You got to at least add another decimal place. So the minimum being a $400,000 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or whatever, and $600,000, $800,000 minimum. And when I was looking at that, and I thought, if you started playing that game and you added those conditions to it, you would soon realize that this rat race is a wild race, and we are going to get stuck in the loop if we don't think outside the box and get creative, because that machine is going to try and eat you up, son. It's going to try and eat you up, spit you out, because they don't give a damn fuck-a-doodle-doo about you. I'm sorry to say, but it's a lot easier to realize that the machine don't really give a fuck about you. Okay, if you put that perspective in your mind, then it's a lot easier to comprehend how this world is working. Because if you just look at it, and you figure out that these systems that are being put in place are not for the benefit of you, right? A lot of it is just so that people in power can fuck the small man and take over so many other things. Fundamentally, it's kind of like that. System is working, just not for us. We've discussed this prior in other episodes. The nature of the machine, and it is there to serve the machine, not the spiritual well-being of man. That, my friends, is a mission that we must take upon ourselves. We must free ourselves, and the challenge to me is equivalent to the potential that we have the capacity to reach. So if I look at all the evil, if I look at all the darkness, I look at all the crap that's gone on in the world, I look at all the misery, I feel, this is my relationship with it, but that all that is merely showing us that if we could turn the tables and flip it, all the darkness you see, we have the capacity to experience that, but in the form of light. And so it's just showing us these are the hurdles we need to overcome. And if we could overcome it, we could have not the shit, but the good. And if you look at how much shit is in the world right now, how effing amazing. How effing amazing of what that world could be. Of really look at it. And I think technology is going to these places where it's showing you the capacity of what we're capable of. And that's just scratching the surface in my eyes. I'm talking about people really getting in touch and really getting down into the bones of what it means to be a human being and tapping into that potential. Everyone's technology. I'm like, technology is just a tool. It's like a walking stick, or a bow and arrow. It's like, that's really all it is. It's there to facilitate the spiritual undertaking of man. And when the spiritual undertaking of man really hits the pedal to the metal, pierre de resistance. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Beyond our wildest imaginations, I would say. Beyond anything that we could truly imagine. And, funnily enough, maybe it's actually going to meet our imaginations as wild as they could go, and then some. So, pretty exciting stuff. Last week was a big week. I felt, and we discussed it in our meetings, but I felt a lot of energy turning. I felt seemed to be a certain flip. Things were starting to change and shift and move into a new gear, and I can feel it in myself. I'm noticing all my tensions and old patterns are still there, and they are arising, like I discussed prior. They're still arising, but I'm having more of awareness of old stories coming up, and just being able to observe them more and more and getting less caught up in the drama of it, and just learning to chill out. And my meditations are a wonderful place where it's not just meditation, but I'll ask a question. Do you have a time space where you allow yourself to truly relax? Just put everything else aside. Do you have that time? Do you give yourself that time? Do you allocate yourself that time to allow yourself to put it all aside? Responsibilities. This is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you can give yourself. I'm really feeling that in my sits at the moment, of allowing myself to not have to be anything. I feel this inclination of me as a human being to try to be something. This trying it's not bad. It's trying to achieve something, but sometimes it could be coming from not an insecurity, but also from a compensation. And you really got to be mindful of what you're trying to compensate for, because once you try to compensate for something, then is that result really going to be a holistic and embodied solution to what you're trying to achieve? Instead of, if you're coming from a place of, I am just going to do my best from my most calm state, without expectation, and as much stillness as I can bring into my life, I would say that's the best place that I want to be coming at life from. So that's what I'm working on. Kenji's World. Let's keep it short and sweet. It's going into 15 minutes. My 10 minutes are slowly rolling over more and more. but I'm gonna watch a movie with my lovely girlfriend. So I love y'all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back again to Kenji's World. I hope you check it out. Watch that cryptosphere. Look at ETH, man. It's at 3,333 right there. Oh man, ticked it off with 44 cents. Jeez, what a kicker. Magical numbers. Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow. Kenji's World. Peace. One love.